What is up, everybody? It's draft night. Special presentation of TITS tonight. It's almost fitting, too, because, you know, we're just a couple of tits tonight.
That's right. Just a pair of tits.
Mm-hmm. I'm Cheeseman, joined along with by...
Voice of Generations, Mark Wahlberg.
Smark will be commanding most of the broadcast tonight because I'll be in and out. I got a sick baby and a sick fiance. Fiance's sleeping. Baby's currently content watching stuff on her tablet, so we'll see how long I'm around. I'll probably stay connected, but I might just be like dropping off camera and muting my mic a lot. We are 3 minutes and 20 seconds from the draft starting. And I just seen that fucking the Eagles just paid AJ Brown or AJ Green, whatever.
AJ Brown. AJ Green was the Bengals player.
Oh yeah, that's right. Brown sounded wrong, but yeah, you're right. AJ Brown.
It's ironic because one is AJ Brown, one is AJ Green, and yet they were the same color. It is lies.
Yeah, I was say they're both brown.
Yes, they're both brown agents.
Speaking of Brown, they were doing an overhead shot of the crowd in Detroit, and I think I seen Luke because there was just one white dude in a Green Bay Packers jersey, and he looked very frightened and out of place.
Get him out of here! He's got AIDS!
I see Smark figured out the drops.
Well, there's good news and there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that I figured out drops. The bad news is that I figured out drops for like 5 minutes before we came on here. So there's a limited number of drops. But yes, next week, if Luke is not here, I will have more drops to play with.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he won't be, but we'll see. Oh, look, there's Birch.
Here now.
Can't stay, but hey, glad to see you this tradition in my absence. Okay.
Yes, that's right. Glad to see you this tradition in my absence. Oh, shit, he's been in Detroit too long. He's got fucked up grammar.
All right. They're already rubbing off on him.
Fuck, the Queen's English is gone.
This show is fire, son.
Mm-hmm.
Smark has learnt the drops. Woo! Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks for dropping in, Luke. Hope you're enjoying the draft.
While he could hear me, I will say thank you to Luke for teaching me how to do this because I'm doing this here and I'm also doing it on the wrestling outlet. We finally figured out how to do that so we could stream on YouTube and Mixler at the same time. So thanks, Luke.
Yeah, Box is going to love that, especially when you start getting more drops together. He's like, motherfucker.
Well, yeah, he loves it now, but like I haven't gone into the depths of my creativity / annoyingness.
Yep.
Because I started them off slow. I was like, hey, you can do banners. So you could talk about AEW, you put a little banner up for that. But no, we haven't gotten the drops yet. There are so many too. I gotta fucking next week. This week's gonna be just your standard fare, but next week there's gonna be so many fucking drops on Thursday at 9:30 p.m.
I look forward to it.
It'll be a good 2 weeks until he kicks me off and starts doing it himself, so he doesn't have to hear like, she's a stunt granny every 5 seconds. So what I am actually curious about, I don't know what position they're drafting from. I'm going to have to check that out while we're talking killing time, since the first pick is pretty much a foregone conclusion. Tony Khan got attacked on Dynamite last night, and he was wearing the cast earlier today. I'm going to be curious to see if they show him like full-on fucking neck cast selling the injury on the fucking draft special.
Right, in the war room and shit.
God, it happens. Please let it happen. It's going to be great.
Yeah. So I heard right after they cut the camera, Shad Khan was standing over Tony Khan screaming, "Where's my money?"
Well, yes, I can't speak to that part, but he was actually on. He was on when they went to Black, Fade to Black.
Yep.
That's what I was hoping for.
Black. He said, "See what happens, Tony? You see what happens when you fuck with my money? You just waste it."
That would have been the greatest month. Like that would have fucking got him over the mountain top on that one. If he just fucking started stomping, his dad started stomping Tony too. Like, you have any idea how much money I've wasted on this stupid bullshit?
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun topic on Wrestling Outlet for sure.
I own the Jaguars, and even I haven't seen a waste of money this bad.
Yeah, I'm not even sure where at in Detroit they're doing it. Like it opened up, and I was like, oh, they're in like an outdoor setting with a big ass stage. But like I don't know Detroit super well, so I can't even tell you where the area is. I'm pretty sure that building right there is on the other side of Comerica Park, so they got to be right there near fucking Woodward. But I'm not positive.
Oh, yeah, because after the show Monday, you guys were talking, you and Matt were talking about just various places, and I had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Yeah, we were talking about the different malls around that they were supposed to park at and catch shuttle buses into and from.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, unless you're from the area, you have no idea where those malls are. Well, I mean, Great Lakes Crossing is in Auburn Hills, which is where the Pistons used to play, the Palace of Auburn Hills. Now they're back in Detroit, and we couldn't be any more displeased. They've been so relevant since coming back to Detroit.
Doing a lot of great work in the community.
Yep. There's a Steelers jersey in the crowd, a couple Bears jerseys. There's a bunch of fucking Cowboys fans. Do you think Dallas will go all in on the draft?
It's a good question. We're definitely not in sync, but I'm trying to figure out how far ahead or behind you are. I'm looking at like it would appears to be Colts cheerleaders.
Okay. Yeah, just cut to a Courtyard by Marriott commercial on my end.
Okay, so if they're at commercial, then you're a ways ahead of me. I'm trying to find a stream that's not fucking like, okay, I just saw the Cowboys, so I'm significantly behind them to bring up a different one. I mean, change the channel, of course, on the highly legal television channel that I have. Everything's a
right. The only reason I'm able to watch right now is because my sister-in-law came over and she put in she downloaded the Xfinity app on our fucking TV and then put in all their info. And now I didn't realize till just today that gives us access to all the live channels too. I was like, oh, I can watch the draft. Sweet. We were just using it for the on-demand and the recordings and shit, but yeah, now that I found out we can actually watch the live TV on it, I'm about to cancel every subscription I have.
Right on. Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Yeah, fucking you, like you were saying before, you'd figured this would be on fucking ESPN Plus. Like, what are you losing by not having this on ESPN Plus?
I don't know. Like I said, I still don't understand how it's ESPN Plus. Like if they want to put a little symbol next to the ESPN thing, it needs to be a less than symbol in front of ESPN. Because that's exactly what it is. It's less than ESPN. It's not ESPN Plus. That would make you think that it's ESPN plus some more shit, which it's not. It's less shit.
Indeed.
I was pissed first night. I was at work the other night, and it was so slow. I'm just fucking sitting around on Monday. And I'm like, oh, let me fire up Hulu, turn on ESPN Plus, and watch some hockey. No hockey games available. Like, what the fuck? They've been on here all season long, and now it's like, oh, playoff time. We're not putting it on anymore. Sorry. So I actually downloaded the ESPN app and then put in the Xfinity information into it, and now I can watch it on my phone.
Nice. Right on. There we go.
Yeah, I'll try not to spoil it too much on the draft. I'll look, and I'll just hold my reaction until you hear it or see it, whatever. What's up, Dirk?
Yeah. Hey, Dirk, how you doing? I mean, I don't really care too much. We can like try to, when you're around, if you see or if you hear it, I'll go ahead and hit the drop whenever you see the pick, and then you could just announce it if you want to.
No, that's fine. Well, when I see that the pick is in, I'll say the pick is in, and you can hit the drop, and then we'll wait till you hear it to react.
I shouldn't be too far behind. Right now, I'm looking at Peyton Manning talking to the draftees, I guess. It's some commercial that's not funny, but people are going to pretend that it is because Peyton Manning's in it. Now there's people on a merry-go-round. It's Popeye's commercial. Oh, no, Little Caesars.
You're still about 10 seconds behind me, probably, if not more. Yeah, sorry for the noise in the background if y'all are hearing it. Like I said, baby's up. She's playing in her jumper right now, watching Baby Einstein's on her tablet. So
Mm.
she sounds like she's starting to get a little discontent, which means I'll be
Very-
muting the mic and possibly turning off the camera. Smark, would you be happy to get Drake May? No, I guess
I
he's
understand
not.
this is an audio medium, but I'm just going to go ahead and shake my head as hard as humanly possible. Listen, we do not need another unathletic white guy from North Carolina. That experiment tried and failed. We do not need to do it again. I don't know if I would mind Jaden Daniels, but I think it's just the same for whatever it's worth. Just fucking stay the course and just get Caleb Williams. He's obviously the most highly touted of the prospects, so just give it a shot and see what happens. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. But like I was saying on Monday, it's like he's being put into a position to succeed more so than any of the other quarterbacks that the Bears have drafted in the last fucking eternity, essentially. Because he's being picked number one, so you're not trading up to get him, and you also have two receivers in place. So there's a lot of things to be happy about. Hopefully 3 at the end of this draft, but we'll see.
Roger Goodell's doing a commercial with Eminem just to pre-warn you.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Well, right now it's just Barry Sanders, but then I know Eminem's coming. I heard about the commercial, but I haven't seen it yet.
She was starting to get upset, but I gave her a little chew stick thing, so hopefully to keep her content. She woke up with a fucking fever this morning, another ear infection. Damn it. The fiance is sick too. It's like, man, I gotta stay healthy.
Oh yeah, because it's coming, or at least you could kind of sense that it might be. So it's like just trying your best to fight it from happening.
Yep. Hands are dry as fuck because I've been washing them so goddamn much. Skin's gonna start cracking soon.
I have fucking calluses all over my fingers from like the bars at the gym, the extensions, especially the fucking lamp pull down machine. Just for whatever reason, grinds the shit out of your fingers.
That must make masturbation less fun. Or more fun.
It adds
It does kind of numb it up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, the Bears did in fact win the offseason. High turnout item.
You know, this is the first time y'all have had a first pick since 1947.
That doesn't surprise me because I mean, like the other quarterbacks, like okay, we traded up to get Trubisky, traded up to get Justin Fields. Grossman was like a top 10 pick. McNown was in like top 20, I think. So like the last fucking eternity of Bears quarterbacks, it's been like either late 10, 20, or trade up. And Eminem is here at the draft now. And him and Roger Goodell are hugging and holding hands and singing Kumbaya. That's always fun.
And then they bring out a couple of Lions on. Oh shit, Calvin! What's up, Calvin? Best favorite Lions player of all time. Well, I don't know. It's between him and Barry. I got to watch a lot more of Calvin's career than Barry's, though. Oh, there's Barry.
Yeah, see, I'm way behind because I'm still Eminem's just here in this hoodie. And what's funny is I've tried a bunch of different streams, but they're all just for whatever reason synced to the same exact fucking time.
Yeah, it sucks I don't have the option to flip my camera around to the other side of my phone. Nope, that just shuts it off.
Apparently, we're getting a concert.
No, I don't think we're getting a concert. What, girlie? I don't know if you can hear her back there. Dead, 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 dead. She's not actually saying my name. That's just the noise she likes to make.
The cavalcade of Lions are coming out now.
Yeah, Jared Goff's out there. I won't be here after this year. Yeah.
Speaking of Lions that will be around for a long time, what were you thinking about that extension for St. Brown? Apparently, it was quite a bit of money.
Yeah, it's $77 million guaranteed. Like, I don't like the whole guarantee shit. Like, what if the motherfucker like breaks his leg and then never plays good again? He still gets $77 million.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, with the way the fucking league goes, the salary cap constantly going up, everybody getting paid more all the time. It's like, oh, we got the highest paid fucking offensive lineman and the highest paid receiver in the league. And in 2 years, they'll be middle of the pack probably. So I guess it is what it is. I can live with it. It's nice to see them actually spend some money. Oh, Roger Goodell steps to the podium. He's getting booed. They're booing the shit out of him.
That's always fun. I don't know if there's been a fucking
there's a
Goodell didn't get cheered. The commissioner, that's what I was looking for. I don't know if there's been a commissioner that people haven't hated the entire time I've watched football.
Right. Nobody's ruined the league worse than Roger Goodell, though.
This is true.
Oh, Bears are officially on the. Oh, wait, no, it's not counting down yet. It just says 10 minutes. Okay, there it goes. Now it's counting. The draft has begun.
I'm going to say something that no one other than Bears fans would be thinking or feeling right now, and that is to take as much time as humanly fucking possible. We all know who pick one's going to be, but make as many phone calls as it takes. Try to trade up. I don't want them to trade down, but fucking at least start taking calls if that's the game plan.
Yeah, there's talk of the Lions possibly trying to move up in the draft, and it's like, for what? Depends on what you gotta give up. I wouldn't advise it.
All
right, so now that it is official, the Bears are on the clock.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever
Suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
Yeah, we gotta seem appropriate.
It's funny. I haven't watched The Simpsons in like fucking 15 years, but I still know all the good quotes that actually get used because that's when it was good.
Yeah, you haven't watched it in like I haven't watched it in like 5-10 years either, but it's still all the same quotes because it hasn't been funny in the fucking 10 to 15 years people stopped watching it. At the moment, they're also showing the graphic of the Bears-Panthers trade that happened last year where they basically fleeced them. Didn't seem like it at the time, but now that Bryce Young isn't panned out, it definitely looks like they fleeced him.
Yep.
So they got DJ Moore. They got the first pick on this draft. They got the second round pick next year. All kinds of shit. Well, they had a second round pick this year too, but then they ended up moving that for Sweat. So.
Yeah, which wasn't a bad acquisition. So it's gonna be good.
It was questionable at the time, but it's certainly panned out. The whole fucking defense has gotten a lot better because of him just being around. When you actually get somebody that can get to the quarterback, it's amazing how little, how less work the rest of the team has to do. We have Caleb Williams. He's got a watch on. You can't tell if he has lip gloss or not.
Fucked me up at first. They were showing him like highlights when he was in Oklahoma. And I was like, he doesn't play for Oklahoma. Like, oh wait, he probably did play for Oklahoma. God damn you, transfer portal.
Mm-hmm. I was kind of hoping he would come to the draft dressed like fucking Chris Tucker from Fifth Element. Full on like fucking cheetah print, fucking dress and all the whole nine.
Been better if he come out like Chris Tucker from Friday, just fucking smoking 2 joints at a time.
This is true. Well, that's sort of my fear and paranoia. Is that he said he looked up to Aaron Rodgers as his favorite quarterback. I'm scared that he's going to say that like getting drafted first makes him the happiest man on the flat earth or something. It's like, oh, that's what
I'm going to go into a cave and celebrate.
You're just big into anti-vaxxing. That's all that's about. I thought you meant like play style. Yeah, I didn't realize.
I was doing an oil-based enema, so I got to make this quick. Thank you for drafting me. Gotta go.
That's right. Going into darkness through truth.
What's it called? Hakuna Matata? Oksana Manana? Whatever.
Mm-hmm. He actually has that in his Twitter bio. Is that he studied Hakuna Matata at USC.
Ah, okay. That's ironic.
See, this is, I mean, that's a great thing about it is that he's either going to be like the best quarterback to play for the Bears, or he's going to be the most entertaining failure at quarterback we've ever had. Either way, it's going to be fun to watch.
Right. It'll be
It's
interesting to
either
see.
like big success or huge bust, but like historically big, so it'll at least be like entertaining. In the meantime, my stream, which is behind, has about 6 minutes, 6:10 left. So, and of course, they actually are taking my advice and taking as long as humanly possible, which I do appreciate because it really makes me believe that they might have something cooking.
Yeah, we got 5 minutes left on my screen, so I'm about a full minute ahead of you.
Holy fuck! I'm gonna see if I can find a slightly better one at the very least. I was playing with fire, but I can't be a full fucking minute behind. That's gonna be nuts.
It's funny because you're usually the guy from the future.
And you know they have an NFL channel on Peacock, which I do legally have. I might see if that works. Because even if I could just get like a ticker that fucking tells you within a couple of seconds of when the pick is made, that would also be fun. Dirk, how dare you? You knock that off right now. The Bears choose Jay. That would actually be, of like all the other non-Caleb Williams quarterbacks, that would actually be the most tolerable. I can't do the Drake May thing, and I'm definitely not doing the JJ McCarthy thing. Get out of here with that. Apparently, the pick is in, according to True North. I will take his word for it. I'm going to hit the button.
Yes, the pick is indeed in.
The pick is in.
What's the matter, huh?
All right, well, let's see. True North says he promises not to spoil, but in this particular case, and I think Dirk is about to do it, this one seems pretty obvious. Let's just go ahead and see it. On the next couple, if you could try not to spoil it, I would appreciate it, but this one's pretty fucking obvious, unless they did something really dumb, which might happen.
They haven't announced it yet. It just says the pick is in. Come on, Roger, get to the damn podium. Let's move this shit along.
The pick is in, and by the way, the Bears are on the clock at number 4, traded with the Arizona Cardinals.
We're all hugging in the draft room in Chicago. I hate that shit. Yeah, let's hug. We already knew who we were getting. Been known for fucking months, but let's hug.
Which I would really like to believe that means that something's going on. Because you already fucking knew. Like you said, that makes no sense to be like ecstatic that the guy fell to you when you had the first pick. Like, it's not like you got lucky and other people picked before you and you still got the guy you wanted. This motherfucker, you're the first one.
It says greatness is on the clock on the stage. Like, no, not if you're talking about Chicago. Here it comes.
Here we go.
Yeah. There you go, Smart.
There we go. All right, what do we got? We got Caleb Williams. Not a surprise to anybody, but there you go. Bears got Caleb Williams, number 1.
Okay, I'm gonna throw myself on mute for a second.
Yep. Go right ahead. That's what we all thought was going to happen anyway. So now, actually, I don't even think about it right now. I'd say probably about pick 3, maybe pick 4 is when things get interesting. Because it's like Jay Daniels getting drafted by Washington. So you know that's coming. But then you get to pick 3. What's New England going to do? What's Arizona going to do? Are they going to trade with the Bears? Because, I mean, they could trade with the Bears. They should trade with the Bears. And I want them to trade with the Bears. But they might not trade with the Bears. It's the thing. So we'll see what happens there. Then you got Chargers, you got Giants. Titans are going to be interesting. Falcons always do some dumb shit, so that should be fun. And then you got the Bears again, theoretically, unless they trade up or down. And on the Peacock stream that I'm watching, that's actually legal, it is still fucking behind because Goodell has not announced it. So even the legitimate stream is significantly behind. We'd love to see that. That's fun.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of hoping the fiance just goes ahead and keeps napping, and then when she gets up, she'll be fine with me going on Wrestling Outlet because she napped through this broadcast.
Like that there is a good plug if anybody's watching this and listening to that. So we do have a show. I have a show at 9:30 p.m. tonight. Wrestling Outlet. We'll be talking about AEW. We got the Dynasty. We got Dynamite results. Tony Khan got beat up. A bunch of people got fired in WWE. So that'll be fun.
Which, I mean, if Tony Khan was feared for his life and CM Punk like looked in his direction and yelled at him, then I expect Jack Perry and the Bucks to be fired next.
That would be interesting. I kind of hope this doesn't lead to another authority figure angle because they've been done to death in fucking wrestling history. Even though Tony Khan legitimately is the boss, it's don't want to see it again.
Vince McMahon actually bought AEW. They're just not telling anybody.
That's what we were talking about last week. Is like Vince is gone from WWE. It's like I tell you what, they want to get ratings in AEW. That first episode, they bring Vince out there. It's going to get a lot of fucking ratings. Really bad press, but I mean.
Well, I heard he put up all of his shares that he still had in TKO for sale, so it's worth over $1 billion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's the thing is like, okay, yeah, he did some really terrible shit, and he's getting punished, and he deservedly so deserves to get punished. Hopefully, if I can see the jail time out of it, but still, the man's going to be rich the rest of his life. Like it's like there's no like happy ending. Bad choice of words, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he can buy all the hookers his heart desires.
Mm-hmm. So we got Washington on the clock. We got fucking terrible streams. If anybody has a stream that's like actually somewhat in time with actual fucking television, can you go ahead and share it? Because I do not have one. I have the fucking, like I was saying, I have the legal Peacock one, and then that one's like 8 years behind too. So it doesn't matter if we do shady streams or we use legitimate streams. We're behind. Also, I was unaware that Roger Goodell had back surgery. That's interesting.
Roger all the time.
Not care about money. It's about power and beating the competition. I mean, yeah, that's true. Power more so than anything. I don't think he really cares about competing with AEW or anybody else at this moment, but just being able to be in charge, be revered, to be able to like have people's well-being in his hand, to be able to like fire people and fucking abuse his power as much as he wants. And that's what he gets off on. Quite literally, if you read the reports. So I guess the fact that he's not in charge of anybody anymore, it's kind of a detriment, like could be a negative for him because now he's just at home with his stack of money.
Yep, he likes to shit on people, quite literally.
That was I don't want to say funny, but when that report came out, they said that she accused him of like a lot of really like lewd and terrible things. And I was like, well, like, but what? And then I kept reading, and it went into graphic detail of the about, like, but what? And it's like, oh dear. Like normally you don't hear that kind of shit. You just hear that there's like charges and there's like kind of non-specific things that they're being accused of.
I like how up on the big screen they had the team's needs, talking about Washington, and it's got like the top 3 positions. Like you couldn't just put like everything, or all of them.
Oh, let's see. Well, the Washington pick is in.
Oh, shit. Looks like you caught up quite a bit. I don't remember
I'm just
seeing
going.
it a second ago.
And I forgot to announce that Washington was on the clock, so let's play their drop.
Get him out of here! He's got AIDS!
I thought Daniel Snyder was gone.
I was trying to find a short clip of him saying that, and I couldn't find one in time, so I just downloaded that All right, the Washington pick is in. I'm not seeing it yet. Who do we got? Just somebody can type it out. I don't want to wait fucking 3 days.
I think they got some broad on stage singing right now, so maybe they're gonna wait for that performance to wrap up and then they'll come out and say it.
Ah, boy. Yeah, that I was seeing that too. Is apparently they're going to have a bunch of, and they normally do, but it seems like they normally have it in like the third, fourth, later on rounds. It seems like apparently they're going to have a bunch of people, pseudo celebrities, announcing picks throughout the entire duration of the draft this year.
Yeah. Well, Roger's coming to the mic again.
Roger's coming. You hate to see that.
Oh damn! There goes Marvin Harrison Jr. Just kidding with you.
I could have believed it too. I was like, oh no, here we go. I mean, you got to brace for impact on this shit anyway, because he's coming. He's going to be gone. I don't think they're actually going to trade it up for him, but I am still going to keep the faith until my dreams are crushed. Jaden Daniels is number 2. So far, so good. Everything's going the way everyone predicted it. We got pick 3 coming up. That could potentially be interesting, seeing who New England's going to get. But it seems like they're probably going to get a quarterback if they don't trade. Their long lineage of tall, slow, light guys. They're going to keep that up with.
It's funny. Matt just messaged in our Facebook chat, said A.J. Brown is now the second highest paid wide receiver. So it's Brown and then Saint Brown. Apparently you get more money for being a Saint.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean of the New Orleans variety.
Also, I could be wrong, but it seemed like the Washington pick went a lot quicker than the Chicago pick did. Not that I'm complaining about that. I wouldn't mind if we sped this shit up with just a touch.
Right, like let's just keep it rolling. You already know who you're fucking getting, so like quit fucking around.
That would actually make things a lot more interesting if they just everybody only had like 2 minutes. Just like you gotta fucking hurry up.
Yeah, no shit. Like as it gets
Probably
later, like you got
anymore.
less time, like you got 10 seconds, you better get your ass to the podium.
Just say a name. Just throw out a fucking last name out there and just randomly assign you somebody with the same last name.
Maybe this was like in a movie or I dreamt it or some shit, but wasn't there a scenario one time where a team did not make their pick by the time or before their time ran up, so like they moved down to the next position and the team that picked after them got to pick before them?
No, that actually happened. I think it was the Vikings that either they messed it up or they benefited from it. I'm going to look it up real quick. I forget which teams did that, but there was a team that forgot to announce their pick at that.
The Rams have a first round pick and first time in forever now. Like, what the hell is the first round of the draft? Is that a thing?
Oops. Accidentally muted the tab. You don't want to see that. Yeah, I don't remember which team it was, but I do remember there was a team that didn't submit their pick in time, so then the team went ahead of them, made their pick, and then the team that forgot to pick or forgot to get the pick in on time ended up picking after the team that like basically leapfrogged them. Which I think it ended up actually ultimately working out for them because the player they ended up taking was better than the player that got taken before them. Not to necessarily say that they were going to end up with the pick that got taken before them, but I mean, yeah, you get 10 minutes per pick, so like there's really no excuse. Oh, the Minnesota Vikings in 2003 is perhaps the most infamous example of a team failing to get its pick at that time, sitting at number 7 in order. The team failed to execute a trade for the pick with the Baltimore Ravens within the time limit, forcing them to delay their choice. But while making plans on who they were going to pick, the Jacksonville Jaguars rushed to get its draft cards submitted, selecting quarterback Byron Leftwich. Imagine fucking running to the podium so that you get Byron Leftwich. And just moments later, the Carolina Panthers stole into taking offensive tackle Jordan Lewis. By the time the Vikings eventually made its pick, the team selected defensive tackle Kevin Williams at number 9. I am pissed, said Vikings coach Mike Price in immediate aftermath. There's no other way I can put it. Said, well, you could have fucking got there on time. 2 different teams picked ahead of you. What the fuck were you doing? The New England pick is in. Oh, and I had a surprise.
That was quick. And they're showing all the quarterback.
Your cousin from Boston.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Had to
showing
make sure that one made it.
all the prior first-round picks for Washington on the screen. None of them went very well, especially Haskins. He didn't last for long at all in the league or in life.
Wow. His mobility ultimately proved to be a problem. All right, so the New England pick is in. Very good, very good. It'll be another like 5 minutes before it actually gets announced. But in the meantime, we will wait. My dog has fucking allergies over here. She's wheezing something fierce. I'd say it is kind of interesting. Like the last month or so, it seemed like Drake May was going to be the number 2 pick, like consensus, and then just sort of the last 2 weeks or so, it had become Jaden Daniels that leapfrogged over him. But he has gotten his time in the phone now because New England picks Drake May, who you can actually hear him in the background. He was not happy about being selected by the Patriots by losing money to Jaden Daniels.
New England takes a white quarterback. Crazy.
Roger Kraft was just absolutely ecstatic that one of the good ones fell to him. Speaking of keeping the dream alive of white NFL players, Cooper DeJean is still available if anybody's curious. Hopefully he goes somewhere good and is successful. The first and only white cornerback in the last decade or so.
Yeah, he didn't play man-to-man at all, though, at fucking Iowa, so I wouldn't expect him to be a big impact on your defense. He's going to make a bigger impact on the return team.
Already going to be a special teamer, poor guy. But he's apparently pretty quick from what I'm hearing. All right, so now things get interesting because now we got the Cardinals on board. It's funny to see if they're going to trade, if they're going to keep, if they're going to draft Malik Neighbors, if they decide to stay at number 4, draft Malik Neighbors, because they should draft Malik Neighbors at number 4 if they do stay, draft Malik Neighbors, or else. Damn you. Now, like I said, my stream is behind, but I have not seen the graphic yet announcing that the Bears have traded with the Cardinals. So I'm assuming it's just sort of a matter of time.
Yeah, they're 5 minutes and 10 seconds until selection time.
Bears are on the clock. It's just, we're just waiting to see the graphic. I think it's probably in the production truck more than anything that they haven't rolled the Bears are on the clock graphic yet. In the meantime, I would like to tell everybody how great Malik Neighbors is. Not any character issues, unlike certain other wide receivers that are available to be drafted.
Yeah. Definitely
Luke,
don't
if you
want
could just
Marvin
sort of
Harrison.
rush the stage and announce that they drafted Malik Neighbors, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison Jr. came out to a lot of boos. That's because he's from Ohio State, and this is in Michigan.
Yeah, but the people with Michigan need to be a good judge of character. So maybe just go ahead and, I would not pick him within the top 8 of the draft. which I know seems like an arbitrary number, but it's very important if you really think about the amount of money and the impact you're going to be making. You should probably just let him fall to number 9 maybe, or somewhere in the third round.
Now they're showing Patriots first round quarterbacks, and they only had one. Well, Jim Plunkett was pretty good way back in the day, and then he had they just had him up there on the screen, and I already forgot his damn name somehow. Drew Bledsoe. That's it. Bledsoe was solid. Wasn't great, but he did the job.
Yeah, he wasn't too bad. I felt bad for him because he got rushed out of New England, and then he went to Buffalo. They're all right there.
Yeah, he got hurt in New England, and they're like, oh, fuck, we're going to have to play this Tom Brady guy, and then it worked out. Oh, well, shit. Look at that. Tom Brady can play. Oh, the pick is in for Arizona. Sorry, Smack.
They're trading or they're drafting Malik Neighbors. I believe that they're going to draft Malik Neighbors. I don't think I have a Cardinals drop. I think I ran out of time. So there was not going to be a Cardinals drop because, just fuck them, basically. The Arizona Cardinals pick is in. I'm just going to preemptively get ready to flip off my screen, but in the meantime, I'm also going to keep the faith.
Well, the analysts are trying to get you back because they're like, yeah, Neighbors, in my opinion, is the top wide receiver in the draft.
That's right. Listen to Mel Kiper, who's never been wrong. Malik Neighbors, the future Chad Johnson and Calvin Johnson put together. He's that good. Go ahead and take him. That's the guy you want. Go ahead and erase the card. I know who was actually on the card. Erase that. Put another card in. Dirk says, fuck the Cardinals, which I'm assuming is a spoiler. So, yes, fuck the Cardinals. Fuck you, Arizona. Yep. You got the player that I wanted twice in fucking the last 2 years. Because I got Paris Johnson, too.
You might just be saying fuck the Cardinals in general for some reason because I'm watching and they haven't. Goodell hasn't even come to the podium yet. And pretty much like right after he announces it, I'm getting ESPN alerts on my phone. So don't think it's in yet.
Furiously refreshing my stream.
Oh, here we go. Goodell's sauntering up to the mic.
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. Neighbors, 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 neighbors.
I would say I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to spoil it, but somebody in the chat will.
Neighbors, 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 neighbors. I'm about to pass out. Neighbors, 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 neighbors. It's not neighbors. Yeah, very much.
Dirk said he said it because you said it. Fuck Cardinals.
Well, the dream is over.
Yeah.
Everybody can go home.
Maybe you can get Neighbors.
I guess. I don't know who I want now. I was hoping that they'd actually have the balls to pull the trigger. I didn't think they would, but I was hopeful. That sucks. It's kind of
like they show that look how wide open he is, and it's like that was just blown coverage. That wasn't anything he did. He just ran past the dudes and they stood there.
I will say it's slightly less upsetting because like it didn't seem like a very likely chance. Like last year was kind of even more upsetting because last year I had fucking rallied for Jalen Carter all year, and it didn't seem likely. And then Jalen Carter got in trouble, and I was like, oh okay, fucking football gods have bestowed a gift upon us. And it was like. He was available at 9, and then the Eagles are on the clock graphic showed up, and I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" I was so deflated. Like I wasn't. Nothing was going to be able to top Luke chucking his headset halfway across his fucking country, but I was pretty dejected my own self. What do I wish I would have actually thought ahead and got that because I would have been able to, I would have spammed the shit out of that drop of him just chucking the headphones.
Right. Let's say it's the picture for our fucking group chat on Facebook still. So it's a legendary moment here on TITS.
I hate you so much, Arizona. I hope fucking your Call of Duty playing quarterback is just completely shits the bed next year.
Now they're showing highlights of his dad playing. Look, here's Marvin Harrison Sr. catching passes from fucking goddamn Peyton.
Which, I mean, cheers to Marvin Harrison Sr. because I imagine that he had to like correct Peyton Manning on a lot of things because Peyton Manning probably thought it was cool to say a bunch of words that he ought not to.
So I don't know if it's because of the mustache or what, but I always thought like Marvin Harrison was old. Like,
Mhm.
even when he was like early in his career, I was like, man, that dude looks old. It's just
Well,
the
he
mustache.
looked older and he played older because he didn't do any of the flashy shit. He wasn't like no super celebrations. He wasn't like doing any elaborate dancing or really that much shit talking that they showed on camera. At least he always seemed like he was like one of those like high character guys, and then he allegedly killed somebody after his playing career was over. So that's interesting.
Right? Yeah, that was surprising when I heard that. Like, what? At a
Which,
car
yeah, Chad
wash, no
Johnson
less.
doesn't seem so bad now. He just a big old fan of McDonald's apparently.
5 minutes till the Chargers pick is in.
Now the stakes are low because if the Chargers take Neighbors, I don't really care because I was never really a super big Neighbors guy.
That means J.J. McCarthy will probably be going to the Giants. Unless Harbaugh takes his boy. Hey, fuck that. We need a good backup over here. We're going to take J.J. McCarthy.
No, it won't happen, but I want it to happen so bad. Either Chargers or Vikings. Like, Vikings seem realistic. It's like, oh man, I would love if you finally got rid of fucking Kirk Cousins and then you drafted the next Kirk Cousins just immediately after.
Right.
Somebody who can not get it done. We were actually saying that before we got on here, Derek, is that it'd be funny if Tony Khan came out in the fucking neck brace. Just still selling the injury from last night.
They won't be picking soon enough for it to happen on here, but maybe on Wrestling Outlet.
Also, I will say that I feel like my hubris has gotten the better of me because I was lobbying to do a live stream today on the prospect that I actually thought the Bears might trade for Marvin Harrison Jr. and I could celebrate, but that is not happening. So now we're on the Chargers. But now I also kind of feel like the kid in the background or the baby in the background. I'm sobbing too. We're crying together here. It's an emotional moment.
There you go. It's live. Oh, she stopped now that
Yeah.
I unmuted it. You said that, and I was like, oh, shit, is my mic not muted? And I looked, and it was muted.
No.
And worrying for a second, because she was sitting there, like, kind of crying and shit. And you said that. I'm like, oh, I forgot to mute my mic. Wait, it says it's muted. Can you hear me?
Well, now on my stream, at least, which is behind, they were showing a list of unsuccessful children of former NFL players. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's always a positive. Like, now that I didn't get my way, that's what I'm going to choose to believe is going to happen. I wish you nothing but the best. Or, I meant to say, damn it, I meant to say nothing but the worst, but I just can't hide my feelings. Nothing but the worst for you, Marvin Harrison Jr. You know, good sort of.
Maybe Junior will kill somebody while he's in the league.
Oh, that'd be great. Just fucking the very next day, there's like video footage of him just shoving a woman down the flight of stairs. I was like, well, I guess I dodged a bullet.
That's right, bitch. Take that, Mom.
Gosh, shit. Now it's next Kyrie kill. We really did miss him. Fuck.
Still in commercial right now, but there's less than 2 minutes for the Chargers to get their pick in.
So now what I'm looking forward to is seeing that the Bears traded up and seeing them draft Joe Alt, who I don't want, but that would be typical Bears shit.
Yeah, that's probably who you're going to get.
I mean, at 9, it's fine. Really, at 9 at this point, anything is fine.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's good to get someone to keep your number 1 overall pick investment safer.
Yes. I mean, to be honest, it's not really a popular or sexy pick, but I really would not be opposed to Brock Bowers either. Like, apparently it takes tight ends, they say, like 3 years to develop, so that would not be like the best immediate impact, but if he became like a top 5 tight end, that would still be a really good investment.
Why the fuck did USAA choose Gronk to be their, like, permanent spokesperson. I don't understand it.
I mean, I'm not even really trying to be funny. I hate to be this guy, but I think skin color did come into play on that one. He's a big, lovable white dude.
Yeah, but you think they would have found somebody that like was in the service at some point?
Well, they even point that out in the commercial too. Is that he says that, he didn't serve, but he's like on the commercial. So it's like, well, yeah, why did you choose to fucking use him?
So I can't get any of this insurance because I wasn't, in any of the services. But I'm gonna promote the fuck out of it.
They are paying me lots of money, which
Right.
will actually lead to your rates going up. USAA.
I feel like there's not. I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of people that were in the service, but not enough to spend the kind of money they're spending on the fucking advertising. Like the commercials are always fucking on. Charge's pick is in. See how long it takes fucking Goodell to saunter out onto the stage this time. Chargers turned away trade offer calls for Justin Herbert. Well, I guess there's a fucking picture of Jim Harbaugh wearing the hat. Someone's got like one of just the head cutouts. It's Jim Harbaugh in a fucking Chargers hat. You know that's a Michigan fan. Where's my savior? Yeah, they were unwilling to trade Justin Herbert. Weird.
That really should come as a surprise to no one. I didn't even know that was in play.
Goodell's on the stage or at the podium, whatever. Charger select. Oh, well, you don't have to worry about picking Joe Alt.
Interesting. All right, cool. I really thought they were going to get neighbors.
This broad next to him looks like, I don't know, shocked. I guess like her eyes were just like really wide open, but she's got no expression on her face. Oh, Joe Alt's father used to play for Kansas City. Well, fuck Joe Alt then. Which quarterback will the Giants take?
So then that way he'll be Joe Alt, right?
The Alt, right. Baby's sitting here with me content rocking right now. I think she might actually fall back to sleep. We'll see. Maybe I had to mute the mic. She's just being quiet.
Giants are in an interesting position. They can take a wide receiver. They can take a quarterback.
You know they want a quarterback. Danny Dimes isn't the answer, and neither is, I don't know, the most Italian quarterback to ever quarterback.
Oh, I love that guy.
Danny DeVito.
Even though I cannot remember his name. I just remember he was like an ultra Italian stereotype.
Yeah, his last name's DeVito, I think. That's all I can really remember. His first name might be like...
Yeah, because there was DeVito and there was DiNucci, and I mix them up from time to time. But yeah, it's DeVito.
Probably like Vinny or Paulie D or Ronnie. It is George Day.
Dating Snooki.
Yeah, I don't know if that broad next to him is his sister or his girlfriend or what.
That is actually an unsung favorite game of mine to play during the draft is like family member or girlfriend.
I mean, the one next to him was clearly his mom, but I just don't know the one on those left.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's Jim Harbaugh. God damn it. Get him off my screen. I don't want to see him hugging and shaking hands with motherfuckers in the war room.
Because I remember last year with Will Levis, like he was alongside somebody, and we didn't know if it was his wife or his mom, girlfriend, sister, or whatever at the time.
Mayonnaise salesman.
Everybody was talking about her. She was really hot.
She's probably a representative from fucking Hellman's.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Giants pick is already in.
Miss Hellman's 2000. All right, since I didn't play it last time, we'll play it this time.
Okay, on the
Giants-
stage. Oh, okay. They're already putting Tennessee on the clock on the stage. I see. Pick hasn't been announced yet for the Giants, but Tennessee is already on the clock, I guess. Come on, Roger, get the fuck out there.
Tennessee's actually going to be interesting too, because it seemed like the consensus is Tennessee was going to end up with Joe Alt. So Tennessee's probably going to end up with the Doomsday now, which isn't great.
Not for Chicago, no.
No.
Cece's eyes are closing. Super long blinks. She's about to go out.
Which I guess, as I've been saying, I've always said a long time, even before this draft started, like a year ago, that Brock Bowers was the best player in this draft. I absolutely love some Brock Bowers. All right, Giants pick is in. Titans are on the clock. There's a lot of fun shit going down right now.
Well, they were showing J.J. McCarthy on the screen. Now they're showing Malik Neighbors.
Oh, man, please take JJ. Please take JJ.
Lions move up to take J.J. McCarthy. No!
The only reason why I would even want that is I would like to see the gymnastics that Matt would do to like try to sell you on that being a good bet.
If he could
It's
do
like
the
you just
gymnastics
see-
well enough to sell that, he needs to be in the upcoming Olympics.
You just see like smoke coming from the ears, like blood like running down the eyes. And the Giants have Malik Neighbors. Titans probably going to get a Doomsday. Bears are probably fucked. This is great. Which is my fault because I was like, I fucking settle for a Doomsday. And I was like, please, I'll settle for a Doomsday.
Only Tennessee could do something stupid.
I mean, that's the funny thing is like the Falcons. That's what I'm relying on the Falcons to do. Like, irregardless of who it is that I want or hope to have, I feel like the Falcons are just automatically or guaranteed to do something stupid. That's the fun part of the Falcons draft.
Yeah. Who's going to make the first reach pick in this draft? Titans still got 7 minutes on the clock.
So I'm very curious to see what they're going to do. Like last year was great because last year I live in Tennessee, of course. So I have friends that are Titans fans, and there was one of my best friends just spent like an entire year during the college football season shit talking Will Levis, and then leading up to the draft saying that he would be fine with anybody but Will Levis, and then just watching him reluctantly support Will Levis was pretty great. He was like, all right. Oh, now he loves him because he actually played somewhat decent.
Yeah, before his injury.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. I'm going to set these headphones down for a minute.
Yeah, it's fine. Got time to kill anyway. It seems like there's probably going to be a little bit of time before the Titans make their pick. Be interesting if they did something stupid, but I actually don't think they will. I feel like they have competent general manager, potentially competent ownership. Like tweets that I see from Titans fans are generally positive about general manager and ownership and whatnot. It wouldn't surprise me if they went offensive line though, even with Joe Alt out, because apparently their offensive line is like just really fucking suspect, especially at like left tackle. Apparently their left tackle is not great at all. Or apparently they don't really even have anybody at left tackle at the moment. Is what appears to be the case. I got about 6 minutes left on my clock. So in reality, it's probably about 5 minutes left. So far, nothing has happened. No pick is in yet. J.J. McCarthy is still out there for any team lucky enough to have him. Now comparing Jamar Chase with Malik Neighbors because they're both LSU receivers. That's about as far as that goes. but they love making comparisons, so of course they're going to make those. And still no pick yet. Makes me wonder. Makes me wonder if they might not be entertaining some trade calls. So I would not be surprised if Minnesota traded with the Titans, or if the Vikings. Minnesota is the Vikings. I meant to say Minnesota and Broncos. Seems like teams that would be willing to trade because they both need quarterbacks. Zach Wilson is not the answer. Although it is fun to laugh at the Broncos for trading for Zach Wilson, just the same anyway. Derek says the Titans are taking their sweet time, of course, because they're in the South, and everybody in the South moves slow and talks slow. That's what happens. Because shit, let's see, what do we have? We have about 4:24 on my clock, so probably about 3:15 maybe. Giants are all hugging each other in the draft run. Which is the underrated part of the draft, is you get to see a bunch of old dudes hugging each other. What is more American than that? Broncos have, that's a good question, Trudeau. I don't know if the Broncos do have any draft capital left. I know they're picking somewhere in the teens, I believe.
Broncos don't have a quarterback either.
Yeah. Oh, the pick is in finally, so we shall see. Hold on. Let's hit that damn button.
Yeah, they're on commercial right now, though, so we won't be hearing it anytime soon.
Tennessee Titans have drafted a commercial.
Yeah. They drafted Flo from Progressive.
Ooh. She's going to keep the quarterback safe, that's for sure.
Yes. She's going to make sure he's well insured.
I'm surprised they have not moved on from her yet.
Geico or Geico? Yeah, just like the way Geico hasn't moved on from the fucking Gecko. How
It's
they
actually
tried
a
to
good
bring
point,
back the
or whatever.
caveman, kind of.
Uh-huh. Yeah, they were doing some caveman commercials during the Super Bowl. For whatever reason, insurance companies do not move off their mascots because we're still doing Jake from State Farm, too.
Yeah, I hate that they brought back Jake, but changed him.
I just like the idea of that just being like some fucking randomly long fucking argument, like a Twitter page or like on a fucking YouTube comments. Just people just mad that they made Jake from State Farm black. Like back in my day.
Yeah, he used to be white. Now he's black. Fucking Disney.
I was about to say, fucking Disney Channel ruins everything. What am I going to tell my kids?
Speaking of Disney, I need to watch fucking X-Men 97. I still haven't gotten around to watching that yet. But I think they only release like an episode each week. So I'll probably just wait till it's all out and then I'll watch it all.
So is it a cartoon or is it a live series?
Cartoon. It's based off the one that was out like when we were kids and shit. I don't know if you watched that one back in the day. They took Rogue's ass away, though.
That theme song was fucking infamous. Like, everybody loved that theme song. I've heard the theme song. The theme song is great. The fucking better than the damn.
Yeah.
That was an underrated part of childhood. It was just the idea of, like, a lot of those kid shows had theme songs that were way fucking better than they had any right to be. Like, especially, like, the Power Rangers theme song. Which is like a fucking, like, 2.5 minute long guitar solo.
Dude, nothing hit like the opening theme of DuckTales. Life is like a hurricane in Duckburg.
Myself a mystery, go rewrite history.
We actually made a reference to that a few weeks ago, didn't we? Can't remember why. We were talking about, yeah. had something to do with like it was definitely something inappropriate because I remember calling Huey, Dewey, Louie, Spewy, Gooey, and Jewy. I think.
Which is great because two of them were just innuendo and the other one's anti-Semitic.
Yeah, because I couldn't come up with another one.
I don't mind all the fucking, but can you lower the thermostat a bit? It's been balmy in here.
Oh, Goodell's at the podium. The 7th overall pick, the Tennessee Titans select J.C. Latham, offensive tackle, Alabama.
Hey, here's that dumb thing that we were talking about earlier. Go ahead and reach on out and grab him.
Yeah, he was going way later on most mocks I've seen.
Oh
Man, in the teens.
All right, I'm gonna bring up Twitter because I am sure that people on my timeline are not going to be happy about that. Because I honestly had seen that like a couple of like on Bears Twitter, just people being like, "Please, guys, just don't reach for J.C. Latham." And then I see the Titans, it's like, "All right, cool."
They did indeed reach because he's from Bama. They're like, "Yeah, fuck it, it's not a reach. He's from Bama."
They beat the Falcons, and who could do something stupid first? Oh. But I mean, they did.
It just means the Falcons would do something dumber, right? They'll come out like, "Hold my beer." You thought that was dumb? Watch this shit.
I would say also looking at the draft and like, players, it's surprising that it took on for like all the crap that like best offensive linemen instead of like drafting players that have like good technique and all that shit is like just get a bunch of big ass Samoan dudes, just have them stand up. Like you don't have to teach them X's and O's. They're fucking like 6'5", 300-pound Samoan dudes. Like nobody's getting past those motherfuckers.
Speaking of Samoans, like I thought that's what the bloodline was, but then they added a dude named Chimichanga, so I'm confused.
Mm-hmm. I believe he's Samoan. I think it is the New Japan guy that they got.
Yeah, Tamatonga.
Which is funny because they had
sounds
his
a lot
brother,
like Chimichanga.
which that was pretty great because Box thought I was making some shit up, and I was like, no. They had a Samoan guy pretend to be a Mexican guy for like 2 or 3 years, and they fired him and he went to New Japan.
Well, I mean, they had a Samoan guy for years, and they made him pretend to be Japanese.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Yokozuna.
I love that because it's based on like the idea that just like wrestling fans will be able to tell the difference.
Right.
Like, we'll make them whatever race we want to make them or ethnicity. Fuck it. So apparently, the Falcons.
But it's just like their most controversial character ever, Muhammad Hassan, was actually Italian.
Which actually makes the gimmick work a lot better because he was saying that he didn't do anything wrong, so he doesn't know why people are treating him like shit.
Yeah, they fucking wrecked that guy's career by doing that to him.
Mm-hmm. Well, he was getting over well, and then they had an angle where he was like supposed to, I think like crucify the Undertaker or some shit, and then they had London bombings, and like it all tied in, so it was like just poor timing, and then they were like, all right, we're gonna have to shelf this character for a minute, and I think they just fired him.
Yep. Oh, still showing JJ McCarthy sitting there. Think they're gonna pick me? I don't think so.
Oh man, if the Falcons draft JJ McCarthy, that would be
okay. This time he's sitting next to his girlfriend because there's like a slightly chubby girl sitting behind him. That's definitely the sister. He's like, no, put the girlfriend next to me.
The sister or the girlfriend's friend. Oh, that'd be great if it was the girlfriend and they just like, nah, you're not cosmetically pleasing enough. You're gonna sit in the back. Let's get the sister up front.
What the fuck? Are the Falcons going to pick a quarterback? Because now they're showing Michael Penix Jr. They just took Ritter. Are they really going to take a quarterback again?
I mean, as long as you keep Penix from like dogfighting, everything should go well.
It's Michael Penix Jr., not Michael Vick Jr.
Ron Mexico Jr.
The draft room doesn't exactly look excited. They're just kind of standing around, hands in pockets, staring at the screen. Like, announce our pick already. Come on.
we want to get this over with. We want to live with our decision. I'm going to face the consequences.
I want to know what they're watching the draft coverage on, too, because it's not showing them staring at themselves on the screen. It's like other shit going on the screen.
It's just hardcore pornography.
I think they were watching on the NFL Network, maybe.
I mean, I would imagine there's like delays and shit. That would be pretty great if it was just like something entirely different. They're just watching like the movie Soul Plane.
The Wash. Like how there's a giant banner on the side of one of the buildings that said "Dreams are made here," and it's got fucking Aiden Hutchinson on it.
All right, just immediate take. I hate Phoenix because he's wearing sunglasses and stuff.
Yeah,
he was in his house.
That's a douchebag.
I mean, I know
move.
why you're. Well, I think I know why he's wearing sunglasses. Because theoretically, if you're wearing sunglasses and you're in your own home, but you're on TV, you're probably fucking baked.
He just wants to hide the tears when he becomes a fucking Atlanta Falcon. All right,
That's
here we go, Roger.
He just he's the fucking Falcons call and he just throws his sunglasses.
He's got
He can't go
band-aids
get
under his
sunglasses.
eyes. Oh, they took him. I don't believe it. The Falcons
Holy
took
shit,
Michael
they-
Penix Jr.
All right, so Adunze is in play. Let's get it. Or Bowers.
Yep, we were right though. Atlanta came up like hold my beer.
So yeah, we could do some dumb shit. They didn't even take JJ. They took fucking Penix.
Yep.
JJ is about to get Will Levis.
See, the Bears are on the clock, and that's the Jets and the Vikings. So it's safe to say JJ's going to Minnesota.
Oh dear God! Please don't draft. Well, actually, you know what? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
they might recreating my far-fetched idea that I brought up like last year. Just like draft 2 quarterbacks and let them fight it out.
Yeah, so maybe the Jets will take fucking JJ. I gotta have him have Aaron Rodgers groom him for a season, sell him to slavery. I mean, he can be the backup quarterback and then take over.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna need someone for when Aaron's the fucking vice president.
That's right. Fingers crossed on that one.
Yeah, it's like I so could not care less about the election this year. I don't want Trump to be in again. Yeah, I don't want Biden to be in again either. So I guess we're fucked either way. I can't believe Biden's even allowed to run again, or Trump for that matter.
I feel like you shouldn't be allowed to use the term run. I feel like maybe just he's sauntering for president this year. That man is not capable of running. I live in Tennessee anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's going to be we're voting Republican as a state, so how I feel about it is like truly irrelevant. So I don't even have to bother being concerned with politics.
Right.
Yeah, as True North says, as a Packers fan, I'm legally required to vote for Rodgers. I'd vote for Rodgers. Why not? Just fuck it.
God damn it. Matty Icing in the Facebook chat says, "Holy fuck, the Falcons suck." And ESPN says, "Falcons pull draft stunner."
I like how they're trying to say it.
Yep.
That is pretty great.
You thought Tennessee reached. Look at what Atlanta did.
Well,
This girl
I mean,
just go ahead.
I don't know. I was gonna say for whatever it's worth, we were talking about we're talking about
Bears
Phoenix
pick is
in the group chat. Oh, the Bears pick is in.
Yeah, Mo, that team sure did suck last night. They just plain sucked. I've seen teams suck before, but they were the suckiest bunch of sucks that ever sucked.
All right, so here we go.
Yeah, it'd be a
Here's
minute
where
before
they
Roger
announced
takes his ass to the stage.
Trading down.
Yeah, so far this is disappointing. I was hoping to see some trades, some teams move up or some shit, but it's been straightforward so far.
kind of doesn't seem like they're going to either. It seemed like maybe in the 10th pick, we'll see what happens there. But it doesn't seem like the Bears are actually going to trade up. It seems like they've decided on somebody.
Yep.
Which now, after sitting there just being like, no, you got to take Marvin Harrison because Dunze won't be as good. It'd be like, all right, I fucking just, I'll settle. I'll shut up. Take him. I was actually looking at their numbers before the draft, and they're actually pretty comparable, except that Harrison just had way more touchdowns last year.
Yeah.
But in terms of reception, in terms of yards per catch, they're almost identical.
Well, here comes Roger.
And I am actually going to, this is a bit delayed, but I think I might actually just watch this on the stream in real time. Unless it's like significantly fucking
I won't give it
behind.
away. But you're going to want to not look at the chat because everybody keeps spoiling it.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm just looking at the stream right now. I'm still seeing Michael Penix, so it's like, I don't know. If this takes too much longer, give it another, like, say, minute or so. If it's like fucking 9:14 and I still don't know who it is, I'm just giving up.
So I know who it is. I'm looking at him, but I'm not going to say it for you.
Bears fact. Bears only franchise that hasn't had a 30-plus pass touchdown season by a quarter. Why does the ESPN graphics have to make fun?
Matty
Is
Ice
Matt in
is
charge of the
running
ESPN graphics?
Yep.
Oh, damn it. Okay, let's see. Now they're announcing the pick, so we'll actually get a sort of live-ish reaction.
What a bunch of fucking retards. Unrelated, the Vikings, or the Jets have traded the pick to the Vikings.
Yay! I will settle. Good enough. Not my guy, but a guy nonetheless. They didn't fucking take a lineman. Good enough.
So Minnesota is on the clock for the next 2 picks. Unless they haven't updated the graphic. But it looks like it's Minnesota at 10 and Minnesota at 11. I wonder what the Jets fucking gave up, or I wonder what they gave up for it to the Jets. All right, so they're going to take JJ and who else?
Bowers?
Yeah, maybe.
Although it's the Vikings, so I'm trying to think of like what the Vikings need. They have wide receivers. They don't have a tight end.
They got a fucking running back, but he can't stay healthy.
True.
Oh, that's right. They got Aaron Jones, too. Forget about that. True North's probably still real happy about that one.
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard about any running back prospects this year. It's kind of surprising.
Right.
That I can remember off the top of my head anyway. But like last year, there was a bunch because there was Bijan was out there. There was a lot of people talking about Rashawn Johnson. There's Chase Brown. You know, did the Jets trade the pick and Rodgers to Minnesota? There, that'd be interesting. And Rodgers is going to Minnesota. He's going to follow in Brett Favre's footsteps. He was send ill-advised text messages to people.
I had to back out of here to do something real quick, and I forgot. Like, oh yeah, now I can't talk. They can't hear me. Had to set the sleep timer because baby finally fell asleep. Sat here putting in a good fight for a while. Oh shit, we only got 15 minutes till Wrestling Outlet.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for continued coverage and wrestling talk, you'll have to come over to Wrestling Outlet on YouTube.
I will go ahead and post a link to the channel. I don't really know how to do it because we're not like live streaming at the moment.
Right.
You're like, you should post the link, and I'm like, I don't know which link to post. I'm a fucking troglodyte.
I just went to the for ours earlier because I posted something on Facebook. I just went in and you can just like share the channel. So I shared that to my Facebook and was telling everybody, come on to the draft. I mean, if you want intelligent, insightful analysis, we're not the place to be. You should listen to someone else. But if you want to keep updated on the picks and maybe have some laughs and some nonsense, we'll be your Huckleberry.
Mhm. There we go.
Speaking of, I think they're fucking redoing Tombstone. I think I've seen something about them gonna fucking remake Tombstone, which is just an awful decision.
The Western movie?
Yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it was a great movie. Loved it.
I mean, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it. Have you seen the Fallout TV show?
I've seen the first 2 episodes, and that's it. I was trying to watch them with my kid, but he keeps not coming over, so I'm about to watch them without his ass.
That's good. I was just saying that because the guy that plays the ghoul apparently is in a lot of Western movies. I don't think he's in Tombstone, but he's in like The Hateful Eight.
Yeah, the ghoul is Walton Goggins. He's been in a bunch of little shit over there. He plays Baby Billy on fucking The Righteous Gemstones on Max. That's hilarious. He was like one of my most hated characters ever on The Shield.
Mm-hmm. I say I'd never watched The Shield. Box watched The Shield. Box loves The Shield, but I had not gotten around to watch it. And it's funny because he told me how it ends, but I don't remember.
That's
like he explained in great detail the ending of the movie or the ending of the show, and it's like I think it was somewhere along the lines of like they turn out to be the bad guys, but I don't even remember what the fuck like because there's just like
they're the bad guys the whole so they're the bad guys from the very first episode of the first season. That's what the show's about is fucking corrupt crooked cops basically.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a group of like 4 of them. And there was one guy on their crew that they didn't trust, and they just shot his ass in the face. But that's also in the first episode, so it's not a huge spoiler.
That's pretty cool. I was about to because I have Game Pass, and there was a game on Game Pass I was about to play. And I looked at a review to see if it was worth my time, and they proceeded to tell me exactly how the game ends and like the entire plot detail. And I'm like, oh well, never mind. Great, that's cool.
Fuck it.
It's like, yeah, it turns out everybody dies at the end. And it's like, great. I fucking wanted a review. Thanks a lot, shithead.
How come they don't make games like fucking Twisted Metal 2, where each character has their own ending, so it's got a shit ton of replay value?
I wonder because like there was like that with fighting games too. I think maybe like Mortal Kombat, the new one that came out, kind of has something like that. I know it seems like it has a pretty long story mode. I haven't played it yet, but yeah, like all the fighting games had like endings for each character. The Twisted Metal that came out for the PlayStation 3 that bothered me.
They're just showing JJ McCarthy again. The chick next to him, who I'm assuming is his girlfriend, was sitting there adjusting her tits.
They said the camera's on. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it says the Vikings pick is in, but we'll have to wait forever still.
I think the best one with that was
now they got the Jets at number 11, so it's not the Vikings getting 2 picks in a row.
They just fucked up the graphic, apparently.
They just hadn't updated it yet.
Mm.
Fully, at least. It showed Minnesota at 10 and 11, but now it's Minnesota at 10 and the Jets at 11. So yeah, they're going to pick JJ. Watch them come out.
It's going to be interesting.
Minnesota Vikings select Bo Nix.
I'd be all for it. By the by, I suggest for those who are not a part of it, I suggested that the Lions draft Bo Nix in the group chat, and Matt just sent me an emoji with a middle finger.
Yep.
That was as much as he wanted to validate with a response. He's just like, "Fuck you." That's not even funny.
True North said, "I'm your Huckleberry." See, he's seen Tombstone before. He gets the reference.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, getting back to that, why do they gotta remake movies that were like successful and good? Why don't you find movies that were supposed to be good but actually end up sucking and bombed, and then remake those?
Waterworld again.
Well, maybe not that. Actually, maybe they could redo it and make it better. Who knows?
Chile, parentheses, but it's good this time.
Oh, we got our first non-Roger Goodell selection. I mean, he's walking out there, but there's like 4 people following him. I don't know who they are. This is probably like a Make-A-Wish thing.
Please don't go with the Make-A-Wish kids.
To help make the Minnesota Vikings selection, we are honored to have with us surviving mother, brother, and nephew of fallen hero, United States Army Sergeant Zachary I'm just watching the subtitles here, so come on, subtitles, keep up. Okay, Army Sergeant Zachary Ewing. There we go. Zachary died after a battle with cancer, a cancer discovered after he was injured during his second deployment. Oh, awesome. That's a real fucking fun, inspiring story.
It is weird that I heard one very distinctly British boo when they brought him out there. I wonder what that's about.
Boo.
I don't approve of your gangs and your wars.
Of course, they're going to let the child make the selection. I think it's a little girl, but, you can get in trouble for assuming gender these days.
You never know.
Minnesota Vikings select J.J. McCarthy.
Good job, Vikings. Keeping the tradition of failure alive. I wonder how it does feel to be a Vikings fan, because everybody's making fun of JJ already.
They keep showing the same dude in the crowd wearing a Vikings jersey. He must be the only Vikings fan on hand.
And he looks entirely disinterested. He looks like the dad that is just tired of his children's shit and is about to turn the car over.
He looks like fucking Dave Barry.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they're saying go, but it looks like they're just chanting no. No, 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 no.
We do not have to accept this. Maybe they were chanting Bo. It's no, we'd rather have Bo.
Yeah, we wanted Bo next. Damn it.
Actually, I think that is a boy. Because I just turned on the volume and the long-haired kid sounded very masculine.
Yeah, so I got the volume turned down so I can't hear nothing, but
I think that's a dude. Yeah, they keep showing that guy. Yeah, because he looks like about 45 to 48 or so. He has glasses on, kind of grayish hair. He does not look happy.
yeah, tall, skinny.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, yeah, I'm seeing his wife, and now I understand. Okay, that makes sense. I wouldn't be happy either.
She aged much worse than I did. This wasn't part of the agreement when we got together.
Believe it or not, this bitch is 32 years old.
All right, well, if they don't fuck around too long, maybe we can get another pick in here. The Jets pick is in. But J.J. McCarthy may be the last pick for the TITS broadcast tonight. We'll see.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but could there be a better player to go out on than J.J. McCarthy?
Yeah, lots.
Very true. Yeah, I said it for 9:35. So starting at 9:35, we're going to have Wrestling Outlaw. We're still going to be talking about the draft here and there from time. It will just be a lot less fucking stalling for time in between picks. We'll just announce the picks and all that kind of shit. So it'll be a lot less stretching for time. So that'll actually make it a little bit more of a fun and enjoyable listen, theoretically.
Yeah, me and Smark will do our best to frustrate the shit out of Box Man. It'll be fun.
Mm-hmm. Someone that does not watch sports having to indulge us while we just make fun of people's wives and girlfriends and players and whatnot.
Yep.
It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll post a link here again in a minute.
I'll be doing the same about the wrestlers, or AEW wrestlers more specifically. I'm up to date on the WWE shit, so you guys talk that, I'll be good. But yeah, I don't know much about what's going on with AEW. Other than Tony Khan got fucked up last night.
I have one more drop, and I got this on hopes that the 49ers would trade up because I was hearing rumors. But since it's not happening, let's just pretend that the 49ers traded up.
The fag capitals of the world.
I had a feeling that's what it was going to
be. Just the way that he says that is so. He sounds like frustrated and indifferent at the same time.
You guys can definitely look forward to hearing that drop much more once football season comes back.
And I might sneak that drop into the wrestling show. I guarantee. I have all of the drops saved. True North asks a very poignant question. Why does Phoenix's photo make him look like a drug dealer? It's a good question.
There's a dude out there in a Rey Mysterio mask. A Jets fan.
I'm going to guess he's a...
I think.
Oh, I was going to say Chargers fan, because I've seen that guy before.
Maybe. I mean, I swear he was wearing a green jersey. It looked like a Jets green. Speaking of, the pick is in. And they select the dude with the hard name to pronounce from Penn State. Alumayua Fashanu. Offensive tackle.
Lou Fashanu? I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, Luna Vachon.
That's right. Luna Vachon, back from the dead, playing for the Jets.
Ironically enough, I didn't realize until I watched her Dark Side of the Ring thing, but I watched her son compete a couple times on Hell's Kitchen.
Ah, cool.
I was like, oh, shit, that's Van. Van is fucking Luna's son? No way.
My favorite part of that documentary, or that episode of Dark Side of the Ring, is I forget who was saying it, but like she was bummed out about the whole like having to wrestle Sable thing. And like Sonny tried to comfort her, and she told her to get the fuck out of her face, and Sonny didn't, so like Luna just beat that ass. I was like, God bless.
It was a preemptive beating that she deserved. You're gonna kill someone later, I'm gonna kill you. That's what Luna sounded like for those of you that don't know.
Your drug problem's killed an old man.
I loved Luna when she was with Bam Bam. That was a great pairing.
He did not get enough credit. Like, they did not push him hard enough. He was a fucking big guy that was doing shit like in WWF at the time that like even the smaller guys weren't doing. But people backstage didn't like him, so he didn't get far enough in the company as he should have.
Yeah, they both got their own Dark Side of the Ring episode too. And I mean, none of them are fucking happy tales for sure by any means, but like Bam Bam's was one of the sadder ones for sure.
Yeah, the Bam Bam one was sad. Because if I recall it correctly, like he wasn't even particularly a bad person. He just like stayed on the road even though he was injured to try to support his family, and then he ended up picking up like a painkiller addiction, and then that ended up ruining his family life, and he ended up dying.
Yeah. Like his daughter sitting there talking about him falling asleep behind the wheel, like nodding off on pills and shit. The cops fucking taking her out of the van.
I will say though, if anybody like wants to watch Dark Side of the Ring that actually wants one that's not depressing, the Buff Bagwell one is probably one of the best ones I've ever seen.
I don't think I've even seen that one yet. Is that from the newer season?
Yeah, it's the season that's out right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't
great.
seen any of season 5 yet.
Like, this isn't even the best story. There's a story that gets told about Buff and Judy Bagwell that is one of the wildest fucking things I've ever heard in any wrestling story ever. So, like, I highly recommend people check it out. But, like, to just, like, kind of get the hooks in, if anybody wants to watch it and you're curious, I don't think it's worth their time. The beginning of the Dark Side of the Ring, it talks about him getting into WCW and, like, his girlfriend at the time. Oh, they got married. She became a stripper so that she could afford to finance him going to wrestling school. He goes to wrestling school, gets into WCW, and then like immediately divorces her. Like it was one of the funniest fucking things, like unintentionally. But I was like, "This is just we're gonna be in for greatness if this is like the first 10 minutes of the fucking Dark Side of the Ring." Sure enough, there was a lot of fun shit that happened in the episode.
All right, the Broncos pick is in. I don't know if we'll get to it though before we switch over to Wrestling Outlet.
I think this is going to be the last pick. I will go ahead and post the link one more time because we're about to be starting.
Yeah, even if y'all aren't wrestling fans, I suggest popping over and tuning in. It's still going to be fun.
Yeah, we talk very little about wrestling for a show called Wrestling Outlet. There's a lot of talk of fucking movies. We're going to be talking about the draft. If you like poker for whatever reason, so does Boxman, and he loves talking about poker. So
yeah,
that's a thing.
That's where me and Box go on and on sometimes. We get into the movie talk. It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're about to be starting here at 9:35. Link is in the chat. It's Wrestling Outlet on YouTube. It's 2 words, not one. Like 2 or 3 weeks ago, we fucking went and tried to go an entire hour without actually talking about any wrestling.
That's because I was there to help hijack the show from the chat room. This time I'll be there to live.
Yes, so that was like largely a cheese effort. Was just trying to like because we were talking. I think we were talking about concerts, and then we were like 35 to 45 minutes in, and we hadn't talked anything about wrestling. I think it was like right after a pay per view too. It was like, well, we can keep this going.
I was giving you guys music suggestions and shit too. Like, oh, you should listen to this and listen to these guys. And Box actually looked one up, started playing it.
Yeah, we were doing it on the air. All right. So let's see. We'll give this one more minute or so and see if there's another pick. But I am going to have to switch off here in just a second.
If I had to guess, I would say the Broncos are going to pick Brock Bowers, but I don't know. It's on commercial, so it's not like a spoiler alert or something.
Well, shit. Time is a ticking.
Hopefully they come back from commercial like real soon and announce it, and I can tell you, and then we can switch over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I'm going to give it. I think I'm going to give it till 9:33. It's 9:31 right now, and then I'll switch over. Which doesn't give me a whole lot of time, but I mean, it's already 9:32, so it doesn't really fucking matter.
Yeah. All right, we're back from commercial, kind of showing a view of the city. Damn, Detroit's lit up at night.
Yeah, the pick is in at the very least. All right.
Yeah, pick's been in for a minute. They're just fucking around. Sean Payton never drafted a quarterback in the first 2 rounds as head coach. So they're saying don't expect a quarterback. I mean, what? Who's out there besides fucking Bo Nix anyway?
I honestly don't even know. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's more in the talent pool, but those are all like big name guys.
The first round quality, yeah.
Yeah.
Which Bo Nix might even draft a second round. Let's see. Come on, Goodell, get your ass out there. Here he comes. He's walking slowly.
What is even the knock on Bo Nix? Because like the knock on Penix was that he's a little bit older and that he's injury prone, and he went. So now like Bo Nix is just like getting punished for being like a slow white guy.
Yep. Because
for
his
being
name's
the
Bo.
anti-Cooper DeJean. Yeah, that's probably true.
All right, I just seen a fucking Broncos fan clapping and chanting Bo.
Oh, it's Bo time in Denver. Maybe that was all part of the genius plan. Was like, okay, they're going to trade for Zach Wilson, so then when they bring in Bo Nix, fans will actually want him because they'll know that there's much worse on the horizon.
All right, talking the Denver Broncos select Bo Nix.
Well, there you go. Broncos country, let's ride again with fucking Bo Nix. Poor guys.
Yeah, that was the final pick from TITS. Thank you all for chilling.
Anywho,
come join us in Wrestling Outlet.
That's right. We're going to be starting right fucking now. I'm switching over to different StreamYard. Let's get it. Thank you for joining us. Peace out. Have a good night.
Later, y'all.
Champion.